Irrigation prosperity, rehabilitation of 5,000 tanks and anicuts, Wari Saubhagya, Maha Kirindegama Cascade system. Rajarata is the heritage of our proud ancient history. This great ancient civilization was established based on the tanks and Dagebas. That was a prosperous and proud era with flourished paddy fields, gardens and immense wealth. Actions taken to rehabilitate the networked tanks of the Katupotha mountain near the historical Mihintale under the Irrigation Prosperity Program is the journey to a prosperous future again. This vast Katupotha mountain environment is filled with granite and clay. During the rainy season, all the drops of water which fall on the mountains and run through the trees are joining in the tank cluster near the mountain. Our ancestors created these tanks by using their unique ancient technology wonderfully. This tank cluster consists of many village tanks. This cluster consists of Maha Kirindegama tank, Kubaha tank, New Tank 1, New Tank 2, Siamala village tank, Galkatiava tank, Katupotha tank, Ellappan tank, Katukaliava tank, Thammannawa tank, Kandupagama tank, Vellamurana tank, Namal tank, Ethapatiava tank, and Kuda Kirindegama tank.
When
we reminisce of our ancient kings and ancestors, we can speak high of the sophisticated irrigation technology used by them. That is why it has been around for over 2,500 years. According to our culture, those who construct the lakes are worshipped as goods, and tanks and shrines were constructed to suit our cultural values and beliefs. The word tank in English cannot be equated with the word waver in singular. In fact, waver, man-made lake, is an embodiment of the cultural exposition of the country. If it was not tied up from the above, the water coming into the lake, everything would be wasted. To store that amount of water, small tanks are built on top of that. Irrigation technology was very advanced back then.
This 2,500 years old traditional irrigation technology was established by our ancestors in a scientific way. This is the pride of our nation. This system is not only limited to the technology, but also to bonds with social and cultural values. This tank cluster, which is around Katupotha mountain, was a broad system which provided water to the flourished forest, agricultural lands, and our kingdom for a long time. This tradition is the very cheerful inheritance of the Rajarata people. They are the proud owners of this irrigation industry and the organized farmer lifestyle. Their lifestyle is established based on this irrigation culture.
ගවත් එක්කම බද්ධ වෙන ඉතාමත් බද්ධිත කලාප කිහිපයක් තියෙනවා. අපි ගත්තාම වැවක බැම්මත් එක්කම ගත්තාම එක කලාපයක්.
There are a number of components related to the tank. Some of them are the sluice gate and spillway gates. Some of the other key components are the water spread area of the tank and the catchment area. In the downstream area of the tank, people earn a living by farming.
අපි කුඹුරු වැඩ කරලා එතන තමයි ආදායම් ලබා ගන්න එතන තියෙන්නේ. ඒකම එතන ගම් මණ්ඩියේ තියෙනවා. මේ ඔක්කොමත් එක්කම බද්ධ වෙච්ච ලයිව් ඒ කියන්නේ ජීවත් වෙන සජීවී වස්තුව තමයි වැව කියන්නේ. ඒ Cascade concept එක කියන්නේ.
In 1984, in the village of Bandara Ratmale, I saw 7 tanks in a row or in a cascade. And I realized that it would have been more beneficial to set up the tanks in this way rather than as separate tanks.
පොහුරු වශයෙන් වැව් නිර්මාණය කළා ඒකෙන් ලැබෙන ඵල ප්‍රයෝජන හින්දා.
ඒ කාලේ වෙනකොට මේ අපේ ගම් වල තිබුණාස දැන් නම් මේ වැවට වතුර ආවා නම් මුළු කුඹුරු කොච්චර
The entire land could be cultivated by the water of these tanks. The old paddy fields were used for the cultivation purposes of minor crops. We used cow dung as fertilizer. We did not use chemical fertilizers back then.
වෙල් අරේ මේ අක්කරයවල් තියෙනවා මාස් කන්නට. දැන් මාස් කන්නේ කුඹුරු ටික වැඩ කරනකොට මේ ගවේ ඔක්කොම ඉන්නේ අර පුරාණ වෙල් වල. ඉතින් ඕකේ තමයි අර පොහොර ඔක්කොම දාන්න මේවා වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් දෙයනේ කියලා ගෝයන් ගහත් මේ කෙහෙල් ගස් වලගේ හැදිලා එන්නේ.
Ancient kings and our ancestors used a scientific method to manage the water systematically, which was safely collected in Katupotha mountain. The tank cluster and the Cascade system were used for the efficient water management. Those were used to systematically collect the water and to distribute to the agrarian lands. Those chain of actions were skillfully networked.
කටුපොත කන්ද කියන්නේ මහා ඝන
Katupotha Kanda is an area covered with granite rocks. When it rains, the water that falls on the rocky mountain runs towards the abyss. Our ancestors built long dams to handle the water coming into the foothills and directed the water that converged through it to another tank. This system can be found in Katupotha.
වලින් ගිහිල්ලා තවත් වැයකට දාන්න. ඒක මේ පැත්තේ කටුපොත පැත්තෙත් තියෙනවා. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් වැල්ල මරන්නෙත් තියෙනවා.
එල්ලංගා කියන්නේ අර පොකුරු වැව් පද්ධතියකින්
The last tank that is flown from the top is known as the cluster system.
කියන්නේ ඇදේට හරහට එන පද්ධතිය තමයි එල්ලංගාව කියලා කියන්නේ.
මේ කැස්කේඩ් සිස්ටම් එකක තියෙන ලොකු
The tank cascade has given us the opportunity to reuse water falling from the sky. This is a benefit acquired by this irrigation technology.
අපේ මේ වාරි තාක්ෂණය තුලින් අපිට උරුම වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
Nowadays, this cascade system and the correlated irrigation industry have been abandoned due to the intermittent changes in the social, political, and environmental conditions. Because of that, this traditional farmer lifestyle has been changed in numerous ways.
අද මේ වෙද්දි වැව් 15කින් සමන්විත වූ මහා කිරින්දේගම
Now this Mahakirindegama cascade system is being renovated and it is spread over both sides of the Katupotha Kanda as a cascade system of 15 tanks.
පැත්තෙන් මේ වැව් පද්ධතිය සකස් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
1978න් පසුව මේ වැවේ
No renovation work has been done on the tank since 1978. No one in this area cultivates the both major and minor crops.
Because of this irrigation prosperity program, it is possible to rehabilitate the tank cluster after 38 years. This is a golden opportunity for our future generation to reap benefits of this tank cluster again for a prosperous future.
වාරිමාර්ග දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව වාරිමාර්ග අමාත්‍යංශයට යටතේ කරන මේ මහකිරින්දේගම
As the development of the Mahakirindegama tank is very useful and important for us, I will render my fullest cooperation for this purpose.
ඒ සඳහා ඒ කළමනාකරණ ගැනීම සහ අනාගත එහි පැවැත්ම උදෙසා රජරට විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය විදිහට අපි සහයෝගය ලබා දෙනවා.
මහතීර් මොහමඩ් මහත්මයා මේ මැලේසියාවේ අගමැති හිටපු එක්කෙනා.
After seeing the Maduroya ancient irrigation work, Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad once said, "If anyone asks what Sri Lanka could give to this world, one could say that it is the technology of construction of tanks, aqueducts and canals. This old technology belongs to Sri Lanka."
ඔක්කොම ජාති අනුකරණය කරන එක. හැබැයි මේක අපේ නිර්මාණ.
This program is implemented according to the concept of the Vistas of Prosperity, Saubhagya Dakma, of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, according to the advices of the Irrigation Minister, Honorable Chamal Rajapaksa, and State Minister of Tanks, Reservoirs and Irrigation Development related to rural paddy fields, Honorable Anuradhapura. This program is fully guided by engineer Ivan De Silva, the Secretary of the State Ministry. By having a proper water management system, it is possible to build the prosperous agricultural lifestyle by re-establishing the harvest in the abandoned agricultural lands.